Okay, it is 7 o'clock my time, so I'm going to get started. So welcome to the stream. My name is Taryn, and I am a Unity game and simulation developer. I started learning Unity last spring, summer, and I've been doing it pretty much every day, or using it pretty much every day since then. I definitely, though, would not consider myself an expert by any means, probably more like intermediate level. There's still a lot that I don't know, but I have done quite a few courses, Udemy courses, and courses through Game Dev TV, so I feel pretty confident with my skills. On the stream, I'm going to be fixing up one of the first 3D games I made. And I made it as part of the Game Dev TV total beginner 3D course, and they have a section called Realm Rush, and it's basically like a really simple AI Pathfinder game / tower defense game. So I decided to challenge myself last December and built out a fuller version of the project that I made for the course, and I released it on itch.io, but I didn't get a chance to release it on Steam, so I thought this would be a fun opportunity this year to go back into the game, maybe fix up some of the code and add in some new features, and then maybe, hopefully, if I get enough done on it, I can release it on Steam in November or maybe beginning of December. So that is what I'm going to be working on the stream today. As always, if there's any problems with my volume or the music volume, please let me know. And I am going to be swapping between my Unity screen and my Visual Studio screen for code. So if I ever forget to go between one or the other, like if I'm yammering on about code and all you see is Unity, please let me know as well. Sometimes I get like lost in my own thoughts. Okay, so I've just been in here now. Now the game is going to look like a bit of a mess for now. The original game looked like this. Essentially, the camera is a little off, but it was one room. It was a living room, and it was a pretty short path that the enemies followed along here. So where you see the red carpet is where the enemies followed along. And that was cool, but I thought it might be fun to sort of open up the play space a little bit, and so I'm experimenting with having there actually be different rooms that the enemies can go into. So this isn't really planned out yet, but if I maybe extended this red path under the desk and they went into another room, and then this is going to be, I think, a hallway down into a laundry room, another hallway over here, back here, and then maybe to complete the loop, have the enemies exit out this hallway. That's sort of what I'm thinking, but I'm not entirely sure that's what I'm going to end up doing. But just for now, this is sort of boring, but I've just been going through and duplicating the floor tiles. Now, I know there is a way to do this, and I should have looked it up between my streams, where you can pull the tiles out in like a straight line rather than doing them one at a time, because that's pretty time intensive. But I just wanted to do that for now just so I had some control over it, and also I forgot to look up how to do it the other way. I'm also going to be putting in some walls, and I'm using not my prefabs. I'm using an asset pack that I got last year, and I don't really remember how it works. Okay, so we have wall 1 blue. So looks like these walls that I already have in here are up at about 14, their scale. So I think the scaling is a little bit not great on this as I have it. I don't know why everything is cranked up so high. Oh wait, 180. So we'll definitely be fixing that. Okay, and then I want to actually make this into a room. And so the idea is that there's going to be different camera positions, and they're going to have to, never actually done this before, even though I know this is a common game mechanic, is having a wall disappear so that you can look past it into another area. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. But for now, let's make some walls like that. And over here, I have a doorway. Let's actually do, I'm gonna have to do the walls thick so that you can't see through them. So these are just, I assume they were just planes in Blender. So you can see that they're see-through from the other side. So I obviously need to fix that. And I'm not entirely sure what the developer of this package intended. I guess I don't want that there, do I? Yeah, in terms of actually putting the walls together, I'm not sure because this isn't something I've done before. I usually use like cubes, so they have whoops, sorry. They have more of a shape. But like this isn't gonna work because first of all it needs to actually be flush, and second of all I'm assuming maybe there should be something in between them, maybe not. Oh no, that's I mean, I guess it looks okay. I mean, it's not lined up, but you can still see this little space here. Oh, I guess maybe because it's not lined up. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be like, how they're supposed to fit together. You know what? Maybe I'll go into the demo scene here, which hopefully won't screw everything up. Okay, so this is the demo scene. And, ooh, wow. So once again, these are not my assets. It's a pack called Simple Interiors Houses. Okay, so they just have it so that the walls are disappearing. I don't know that that's gonna work for my project. It might work okay. I guess it just sort of depends what I want to do here. Okay, I guess I'll just leave it like that. For some reason, I have this sunk into the floor, and I'm not entirely sure why. Nope. Minus 90. Lots of flipping around here. Okay, so those won't actually be sunk into the floor. This is just what's happening right now, so I can get a sense. Okay, so, and you know what? That's not even going to be the right wall there anyway, because I'm going to need a doorway there. So the idea is that there are going to be 3-ish rooms. There's the main living room. As it is right now, the enemy goes down the little track. And when it hits the Christmas tree, that's sort of like the player base, and that takes damage. And then once the player base's health has reached 0, the game is over. So I'm going to have to rejig a lot of stuff and sort of rethink the game and how I want it to work. But I think I have time to do that. Okay, now I need to go and let's look at the doors. So I highly recommend I think a lot of people stay away from asset packs and they feel like maybe they're like cheating or something by using an asset pack. I definitely think that you should use them. I do build my own assets sometimes, like when I can, but I don't always have time to do that. And you definitely don't need to build your own assets to consider yourself a game developer, for sure. Something you can learn later. Why is this scale just going crazy? Yeah, I don't know where the origin point is for this project, but it's obviously somewhere really screwed up. So that's the fun of coming back to a project that you haven't worked on in a long time, and also that was not done super well to begin with. Lots of fun. Okay, so that's going to be a hallway. Not floating. Like that-ish. And yeah, I'm gonna have to really look at the scale because like some of these things are scaled up so much and some of them are not. And that doesn't really make much sense because they are all from the same asset pack. So I think I was just trying to go quickly. Yeah, I think I should just use one scale and stick to it. So for now, I'm scaling everything up to 14. And yeah, I really want the inside of this wall to be visible. So I'm trying to put the two sides of the wall sort of like on top of each other, but it's looking really screwed up, almost like there's a rotation or something on one of them. So that's a problem. I might have to just figure that out later. I do know though that I can just, on this side, this is like the outside of the house. This can just be a single wall, like that. Okay. And in the back, I will have one of these window panels carried over like that. This is like a rather long bathroom, but I don't know. Some bathrooms are long, I think. They're always like one of the most oddly shaped rooms in the house, I find. Bathrooms are. And all my blocks right now are not organized at all. I'd like them eventually organized by room. This is my first time actually ever building like a house interior, I guess, in Unity, so that's been interesting. And eventually, hopefully, I will get to some coding. I'm thinking of potentially adding in some procedural generation to this game. So right now, it's just static levels. I think there are 5 or something static levels. it easier. At some point, these are going to actually line up. But I was trying to go fast last time, and so they didn't actually end up lining up. And I always think, oh, I'll just leave it, and then I'll come back and do it later. And then that ends up being such a pain. You know that feeling when you're like almost done a project, but then you have just like a little bit more to do. I think that's lined up. I don't see any weird lines. That might look a little bit weird. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. Okay. So this is going to be the bathroom. And the idea is that the little enemies are going to access the rooms, hopefully, via little like holes in the wall, which I may or may not actually render. I might just make it look like there's something there, but then not actually put a hole in the wall. But then, of course, I need doorways for the humans to go between rooms. For now, I'm just going to use one wall. That's not going to work, though, because you can really see through it. Okay. I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess maybe do I put a cube or something in there to solidify it? I'm not sure. Okay. And how do these pieces fit together? Oh, this is such a pain when you can't see it. I'm used to being able to see from both sides. I don't know. I guess that's good enough for now. It's not quite pulled over there. But let's just worry more about... hold on a second. Yeah, actually, no. I'm going to redo some of these walls because they should definitely not be scaled up that high. Oh my goodness. Sure, let's go 270. While I'm here, I'm going to actually make sure that the floor goes over to the edge. I noticed that there's a bunch of random holes in the floor that were leftovers from the last time I worked on this last year. I think I might have just not noticed them at the time. And a big thing that I'm noticing here is that, does this have a curve on it? Okay, so this is not actually lining up with the straight edge here of the play space. You can see there's the line is not straight. So that's going to be a problem. Almost as if there's been some sort of rotation, but I don't see a rotation. Maybe I didn't have it all the way. It's possible I didn't actually have it all the way. I thought I had it all the way to 270, but maybe I didn't. So I always like doing my walls in little pieces, or I've recently learned to do it that way. You could take like a big wall piece and stretch it out. But I feel like that messes up the scale really quickly, and then you might end up with problems. Okay, and I'm going to leave that like that for now because I think I'm going to have to put something in there. Like a cube or something to make the room wider. Or to make the walls wider. Okay, that looks straighter. Yeah, I must have just not had the rotation quite over. Okay, good enough for now. So I have this bathroom light. I was just taking a quick look at my the assets that were in that pack to see which ones could be useful for a bathroom. So there's a bathroom light, and I don't know if an emissive material maybe came with this pack. I didn't actually look. I'm assuming you put a bathroom light like on the wall above the sink maybe. And is there even a wall there? Just barely. Okay, and is there a material? Materials, simple interior houses. Okay. Does it come with an emissive material or something? Asset packs. Oh, wait. Materials. No. How do I do this? No, I can't remember. Oh, I have a glow material. Additive glow. I don't know what that was for, but it's definitely not working. Where did that material just go? Now I can't remember how to actually get in. Oh, there we go. Okay. That's not realistic looking, but sure. There's a bit of a glow on a light. Oh, hi Paula. Thanks for joining. And yeah, this is a game I hope I can maybe get done enough to release on Steam. It's the first game I ever built, and I had it up on, or I still have it up on itch.io. I released it last year, and I really wanted to put it on Steam as well, but I didn't have enough time to make it ready for that. So I'm hoping that I can build it out a little bit more and have something reasonable to put on Steam. There's always a goal of mine to put something on Steam, so just for that sake I want to do it. Okay. This is looking really crooked to me, but I think it's just because I have this snow. It's like a glacier behind here. And you can see that these really are not lined up. I'm gonna have to fix all that later. Okay, let's go back in and look at what other things I have in my interior. So I'm looking for bathroom items. Cupboard, I think there was a bathtub. Microwave. Oh, they have lights and stuff. Cute. Oh, a rubbish can. Okay. A garbage can. I wanted that for over here. Sort of like a laundry room slash garbage room, I guess, at the back of the house. And it's floating right now, but that's okay. And here's another one. I swore I looked through this and I didn't see anything. Okay, cute. And now I'm still looking for bathroom stuff. A shell. Oh, here's a shower. I sort of want a bathtub though. I'll put this in for now. So there's a shower. This is totally reminding me of The Sims now. And which way does the shower go? No, I don't like that there too. It looks ugly. I'm going to probably have, so if I end up doing procedural generation here, what will happen is there will be a method that runs on start method in like a main game or level generation script. And I want to have something special in this bathroom, something static, like a static enemy, like a tower or a special piece of equipment or something that is variable and that you have to deal with in different ways. This is a really weird looking shower. Why is... I mean, I guess I could put the shower in front of the window. That seems a little bit odd, but sure. I guess, though, this should go against the wall, shouldn't it? So maybe that's not a good idea. Okay, we'll throw the shower there for now. That actually is really cool, too. I wonder if this has a collider on it, which it doesn't look like it does. But that would be really cool. Using that somehow in the game mechanic, like having something pop out from behind it. Okay, I think there was a bathtub, and I thought there was a sink. Here's a soap bottle. I'm just gonna float it up in the air for now, so I remember that I have it. Toilet, sure. And again, I want to go through and make sure that I am sizing all of my assets using the same scale so that nothing seems off. That's definitely not lined up. Not being too precious about arranging things right at the second because it's going to change for sure. They have some weird stuff in here. A turkey. I don't even think this was a Christmas set or anything. I guess maybe that's like a fairly easy shape to render. A little toilet paper or toilet cleaner. Hot VCR, washer. Okay, and that's the end. I swore there was a bathtub somewhere. A shelf. That might be good. Maybe back in the corner. Sort of a short shelf. Yeah, see now that I might actually want to scale up more so that it fits into the corner there. roughly. And looks sort of ugly against the window. And I need a sink. I'm sure there was a sink. Prop mirror. Which way is it facing? Okay, there we go. Drawers. Fireplace. Curtains. Oh, curtains. Oh yeah, I think I had curtains in my original scene. Bunk bed. Oh, there's a sink. Prop bathroom sink. This is an awesome pack, and I don't think it was that expensive. There's lots of good places to get assets for free or very affordably. Most people, I think, know about OpenGameArt. That's a good one to use. There's also, for sounds, I use Free Sounds a lot. And you can filter your search results to look for copyright-free sounds. And another place where I end up getting a lot of stuff from, actually I have way too much stuff from, are Humble Bundles. They're often Humble Bundles for various game engines. So I usually buy the Unity ones when they have them, and then I end up with way too many assets that I'm not actually using. I always intend to use them. Okay. And where did my mirror go? I don't know where my mirror went. Yep, floating up in space. Okay, somewhere there's a mirror. It must be on the other side of the wall. I'll catch it later. Oh no, there it is. I'm gonna get rid of that actually. Okay, that's good enough, I think, for now. So there will be something happening in this bathroom. So the idea is that, and now I have to figure out how this is actually working. So there are neutral blocks, and the neutral blocks are any of the white blocks that do not either have a red carpet on them or the little blue carpet, and the blue and white carpet is what the towers go on. And then there are path blocks, which are the red ones. I have so many neutral blocks now, it's insane. Okay, carpet path. But underneath the carpet path will be the blocks. Neutral blocks, neutral blocks. Okay, so how is this actually working? Enemy path, there we go. Okay. So there's the enemy path. And it's taking in the start waypoint and the end waypoint. So I'm assuming if I just change those things, then we should be good to go. Once again, I have not looked at the script in probably a year. It's called Pathfinder. I can actually get over into code. Okay. So once again, a lot of this came from the Game Dev TV 3D course. And I honestly can't remember how this was set up. So I think the blocks that are marked for the, or that are included in the path need to have, they obviously need to have some sort of identifier on them, but I can't remember how this is actually set up. Untagged. Okay, that makes sense. This is also untagged. Explored from waypoint. But it has the waypoint script on it. That might be what the identifier is. It has the cube editor script on it, or class on it, and the waypoint class. So that's probably what I need. So theoretically, I can just move these guys over in here. And I think the tree is sort of the main goal. It's my base, so I obviously want to have that in there. I'm just thinking like maybe there will be 2 paths. I'm not sure. Gonna lift the wall up for now so that these guys can actually get through there. This, oh, you know what? Big problem. This has a back on it. Now, it doesn't look like it has a collider, so they might just be able to go through the back of the desk. And you know what? They can probably just go through this wall too, can't they? Because it doesn't look like the wall has a collider. Waypoint script. So hard to see. So yes, 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 and this one. I think the path is just 1 tile wide, and yeah, some of these tiles are off, so that's going to be a problem. Gotta figure out where that is going wrong. Yeah, right there I can see it's off. So somewhere it went off. So right by the toilet, the path is coming through. And then it's gonna go down this way. I'm just duplicating the blocks. Hopefully that's actually doing what I want it to do. Okay, and then I'm gonna just lock it on here, or I'm gonna just jot this down. So the blocks are identified with using coordinates. So I want to make sure that my end point is the correct block. So I think I need on enemy path, yeah, the end waypoint is here. This wall is blocking everything right now. I'm gonna just turn it off. Oh, it's 2 walls. Okay, and I basically have no clue what's gonna happen here. I'm making hopefully a 3D tower defense game. It uses a simple pathfinding AI system, and I actually had the game built and released last year. It was really small with just a couple of levels. I built it as part of the Game Dev TV 3D course, so a lot of the code I had taken from them and then sort of iterated on it and made it my own. And now for this holiday season, I want to come back, refactor my code, clean it up a lot, add some features, and then hopefully release it on Steam. That's my goal, if I have enough time. Okay, so I think I turned the UI canvases off, so immediately the game is gonna freak out. So that's what it should look like. Looks like the camera is tilted or something to me. Camera position is off because I was playing around with different camera positions. So now we have to wait for these little goblin dudes to go along the path. Yeah. So there they go by the toilet. And one thing I'm going to work on is having them actually turn. Okay, and then they don't know what to do. Actually, what they're doing is the behavior that they should be doing at the Christmas tree, which is when they reach the Christmas tree, they take away from its health. So it's the player base. They take away health points, and then they destroy themselves after a short delay. But I really wanted to have like the visual of them coming down the hallway, obviously facing towards the camera. And the lighting and stuff will be way better right now. It's just really dark and gray. I realized when I loaded this back up for the first time after a year that for some reason I had the 2D pipeline loaded in this project. I'm not really sure why. So my lighting was all screwed up. I should probably just regenerate that while I'm thinking of it. Okay, it's not doing anything. Oh, I don't think I've added any new lights. Okay, cool. So this red carpet is just a visual to show where the path is going. It's not. I wasn't sure whether or not it actually had functionality, but it appears like it doesn't. So we'll just put it like that. I'm gonna just duplicate some of these neutral blocks here so that way I know that that's not the path anymore. And yeah, it looks okay. The camera again is off. That's okay. The mat looks off there too. Does it? Maybe it doesn't. I think it looks all right. When you're dealing with low poly assets, sometimes there are sort of jaggy edges. And I mean, I just like the visual of them going by the toilet. It's cute. And down this way. I don't know if I had any smaller pieces of rug or where this rug came from. I didn't make it. So I guess it must have been part of the pack. And I can't remember how I was handling corners before, but we'll just do it like that for now. Okay, so he's going to come down here. The door frame is going to be a problem. I might have to sort of fake that and have it sunk down into the floor. We'll see. Cool. Okay, and then this room here, which doesn't look like anything right now. Oh, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Oh, and you're studying to be a game designer. Awesome. Good luck. It's really fun career path, I think. I like how it's technical, right? There's lots of coding, but then you get to be artistic and creative as well. Yeah, so this room, I'm thinking of making, so it's the bedroom, obviously, but into an upgrades room. Okay, so this is going to look really terrible, but how I have it programmed is there's an array of 4 different transform positions, and as I go to the different positions, the walls are going to come down so you can actually see. And one of them is, okay, let's actually deal with the camera positions because this looks terrible and is not even quite testable. My hierarchy is a complete mess. You can see I have all of my prefabs sitting out here, not organized into rooms. Not cool, but for right at the second, I guess it's okay. Okay, so camera position 1. Is this one, and I'm going to just test it by copying the position and then dumping that on the game camera. Okay, so definitely want to bring it down and probably forward. Going to be hard to gauge because the walls are sort of in the way for now. Okay, so then I just went and copied and pasted that into pause 1, and at the very start of the game, the camera will jump to pause 1. That's how I have it programmed. That still looks crooked to me, but it's good enough for now. Okay, pause 2. So I'm just using some really simple code so that if you hit the space bar, this is basically just for testing purposes, but if you hit the space bar, there's an array of 4 different camera positions, and the index of that array increases, and then it jumps to the next camera position. So this will be camera position 2. Oh no, wait. That's 1. That's 2. And did I just accidentally paste another transform component? Hopefully I did not. Sometimes it gets confusing. I don't think you can see me right clicking here, but when you're copying, you can be copying and pasting the component values. It's also divided up into position, rotation, scale, world placement, so you can be copying any of those characteristics and pasting it into another component. So you really have to pay attention. Of course, you can always undo. so this looks like the camera position for number 2, and we definitely want to bring that down. Actually, I guess we do want to bring that up, and we want to rotate it. And again, I don't want to be too precious about this right now because things are going to change. I just want it to be vaguely usable. There's no back wall, obviously, so that's making things look funny, but something like that. I feel though like that's not a lot of play space, so maybe I should have them come in at the back and come down. Okay, I'm copying that component and pasting it into pause 2. So let's just test this. At the start, it should jump to the first position, which it did something screwed up, but when I pressed spacebar, it did go to the second position, so that's at least good. So something was wrong with the first position. Copy components. I'm going to paste it into the transform, paste component values. And so it should have, it looks okay to me. But when I did it, it was screwed up. And like I said, I'm wondering if I by accident posted somewhere, I feel like I might have added an extra transform component. I don't even know if you can do that in Unity, to be honest. Okay, it worked that time. I don't know what that was about. It's the bathroom. And then this will be down the hallway. So this is going to be number 3. Like I said, I just really like have this strong visual of seeing one of the goblins come down the hallway. Some cool lighting and stuff, some post-processing. And I just posted the position. I don't think I didn't copy and paste the rotation. I feel like it should be closer to. Although I feel like the rotation of the camera should probably stay consistent between the different rooms. I don't know. Okay, so let's copy that component and paste those values back into pause 3. Paste component values. This is going to bother me. I'm just going to throw another wall up there, which does not look great, but I don't care for right now. Just to sort of see how that lays out. Okay, cool. Okay, once again, let's test that. So it looks like it's different that time, and I wonder if I'm accidentally pasting the wrong values in. Yeah, because it seems like it's moving up every time, like maybe on the y-axis. It's not the worst thing, but it's definitely getting semi-screwed up. Another thing you have to watch in Unity is the scale button. So sometimes you can think like, oh, this looks really zoomed in or big or whatever, but you need to actually pull the scale button out on the game screen. I'm using an overlay canvas, so that's why you see this giant UI in the background here. Don't usually use that. Usually I use the camera canvas. There are different canvases you can use, different canvas types. Okay, that's fine. And I'm using control, or I'm holding down control as I'm moving around these blocks and things, so that way it snaps to the grid. That looks funny. I'm wondering if there's another door in that asset pack that has... Oh, there must be, because I think I use it over here. Yeah, that has the matching... This has this little beige square on it. And it doesn't match the rest of the walls. So it's bothering me. Okay, now for some reason I had this idea of them coming down the hallway and either maybe going to the laundry room and having something happen there. Like again, these can be like little like power-up stations or something that they're going to. And you like maybe can play the game different ways. Like you can try eliminating the goblins right at the beginning of the level, or you can let them power up certain stations but then stop them from powering up others. I don't know. Just brainstorming. So these blocks are probably not going to be... Well, maybe they are. Just gonna pull these blocks out so that they're lined up properly, and somewhere there is a mess up, but I can just grab all the blocks at once and pull them over when I find it. Yeah, so there's something messed up there for sure, because there's a little edge there. That will be fun to fix eventually. We're gonna have floating washer and dryer here for a second. And I know my keyboard is very clacky. Hopefully it's not too loud on the mic. Just duplicating a bunch of things here. So yeah, originally I had this as separate levels, and now I'm thinking rather, well, I may do separate levels, but I want to have this all in one level so that it didn't need to keep loading assets. I also wanted to, because I was theorizing about how I could add on to the game, and so I was thinking, okay, I'll just add another level and another scene, and that scene will be, say, the bathroom or the bedroom. But I didn't want to have to deal with saving the state or the status of the goblins as they move from one room to another, because I have different waves programmed as well. So I didn't want to have to like save the state, refine the scriptable object. Actually, I have to look at that because I can't even quite remember how I have that working. So yeah, I'm thinking like off to the side like this sort of thing. And does that look crooked? I always think things look crooked and then they're not actually crooked. I've remade the same model in Blender 3 times because I'm sure that it's crooked when I bring it into Unity. Probably duplicating some of these blocks, but I will catch that when I eventually go through and try to clean up my horrendously disorganized hierarchy. There was a double. And I think I just, doubled the plane that I have underneath, this brown thing. I'm not even sure why that's there, to be honest. I think at one point I was thinking of having it so that the goblins or the towers could like fall through. Actually, that might be interesting. Because as it stands now, you basically earn star points. You put down as many towers as you want. The towers are this little soldier dude. And then you have to like put them in the right place and then they shoot the bad guys. But it would be cool if like once you've put down a tower, that's essentially it until you reach the max number of towers, which I think is 4 or maybe 5. And at that point, the first tower that you created, which has been saved as a variable, is then erased, is removed from, it must be from a list, not an array. I can't remember in the code. And then you can add subsequent towers after that. But it might be cool to see something like there's a timer on the tower and then the tower gets destroyed or falls through the floor or something like that. I have a feeling I started programming something like that last year and then I abandoned it. And that wasn't duplicated correctly. This really does feel like The Sims. This game dev reminds me of The Sims actually quite a bit. And when I played The Sims, I never wanted to actually play the game. I just wanted to design the houses. Or design the Sims. Create like a backstory or something for them, and then once that was done, I was done. That definitely looks crooked. Now it's either me. It's possible that these came in crooked. I wonder if this is the case of the transform not being saved correctly, or the rotation. It's probably me, honestly. Okay, now let's go back and grab some of these blocks. I'm trying to see where the line looks off. It looks off right there. It's hard to see, but the line is definitely off right there. That looks okay, I think. Did that help at all? No. Okay, so this is definitely off. That looks okay. Yep, that's off right there. Okay, I won't bore you with fixing that in too much detail on the stream, but I will have to come back. That is something I'm gonna have to come back and deal with later. So that means that my path is probably going to be, oh, maybe it'll be okay. Okay, so this is my path here. I'm just duplicating. I assume this is saved as a prefab somewhere. Always a good idea to save your things like blocks as a prefab. Okay. So once again, I want the last cube in my path category to be entered into the serialized field. So let's find our enemy path again. There's the environment, enemy path, and the last path, or the last block, should be this one. 2814. Yeah. So like that. And there's a couple of blocks here that are under the tree still from how the path used to be. I'll just leave those for now. They don't seem to be screwing up any of the code. Okay, so my camera's definitely off there, but that's okay. And there too. So the Y, the camera's position on the I guess that's, yeah, the Y axis must be off. Okay, here they come down the hallway, and they're gonna turn and face me to there and then burst. So yeah, I'd like them to come down here maybe. Or be cool if maybe some of them came down here and some of them went this way. Cool. Okay, that's good. And my fourth camera position, I didn't actually do. Copy component, paste component values, and crank that way down. Something like that, so that it's showing the bedroom. Copy component, and hopefully it actually pastes the right values. So once again, it's doing something on the start there. Okay, so this will be room number 4. It'll obviously be blocked off by a wall. And then the idea is that this will be an upgrade panel. So when you click on this pink ball, which is going to be a piggy bank, so the idea is that you'll earn coins and you have to periodically race over to the bedroom. I'll probably still leave it a hotkey so that you have to quickly press to go to the bedroom, deposit your coins, and then you can choose upgrades. And I think I'm going to leave this room just as the upgrade room and not have any goblins come in it. But I want it to be like you have to keep your eye on your coin supply. You have to go and physically deposit them and then purchase the upgrades. So I have a secondary position here programmed so that when you actually click on the piggy bank, which is just a pink sphere right now, it zooms in. It's going to look better than that, but it's going to zoom in and show the piggy bank. Yeah, constantly testing the limits of the AI. I was as well. I wasn't as... I mean, I've seen the horror stories of people playing it and like locking all their Sims in a room with just a pool and no bathroom, that sort of thing. I wasn't quite that bad, but I did like just leaving my Sims. Like if you just... There was always a button to let them sort of take over, because I know some people who would play with the AI completely turned off, but I would crank it up because I feel like some of the Sims games you could do like a little bit of AI or a medium amount of AI or a lot of AI, so I would always crank it up to the top. And I always like seeing what they did outside of the houses as well, so sometimes they could like walk around the neighborhood, or they'd end up like having random parties at the cemetery and stuff. I remember one time my Sim, I couldn't find him, and he had started a bonfire in the cemetery. Okay, and I've been working on this game probably for about an hour before I came on the stream tonight. Usually try to go to 8:30, but I think I'm gonna have to end it there tonight, guys, because I am totally exhausted. It was just the holiday weekends in Canada. It was just Thanksgiving, so lots of visiting. Worked on this a good amount today, so I'm happy with it. And then I was also working on my big freelance simulation project, which hopefully I can eventually share publicly, but that has been taking up a lot of my brain power recently as well. So in my next stream, I'm going to definitely be working on this off stream, because I have no hope of getting it finished unless I work on it off stream. But in my next stream, which will probably be on Sunday, I try to stream on Sundays and Tuesdays, I will be continuing to work on this. Hopefully by that point I will actually have an idea for how I'm going to do the... I guess I already have an idea for how I'm going to do the procedural generation, but like what types of obstacles are going to be in each room. I also really want to take a look at the lighting. I know that's usually the last step that happens when you're making a game, but it just looks so terrible. I'm finding it hard to work on it because I had such nice bloom effects and post-processing effects on, and now because I had to re-import the render pipeline, all of that is gone. So it looks really drab and gray. So I'm going to work on some of the environmental details as well, and then with the UI canvas here and the update canvas, I want to, that's this, what I'm calling the piggy panel. I want to have this being procedurally generated as well. It'll probably just be like a list or maybe an array of however many upgrades that can possibly appear in a game, and then they will just probably continue to pop up over the course of the game. Maybe they'll be tied to the level that you're on, so maybe there will be like an obstacle in that particular level that requires a certain upgrade. That would be cool. Actually, I could probably program that into the procedural generation, where there's like a flag that comes up, a bool that gets switched on, that makes it so that if X enemy appears in this level, then X upgrade has to be in the upgrade panel. So yeah, so I'll be working on all of those things, and hopefully in about a month's time I will have something approximating a good enough game to go up on Steam, but we'll see. Sort of sucks because this game is seasonal, so if I'm behind and don't get it done in time, I'm going to be... I don't know if I should release a Christmas game in like January or February, but we'll see. Okay, so that's it. I didn't actually do any coding tonight, which is weird, but hopefully next time I will. I like the coding stuff better than this moving assets around in Unity. My wrist gets really sore from doing that. So hopefully next time I will actually do some coding. Thank you guys, as usual, for tuning in and for your support. If you don't follow me already on Instagram and Twitter, I'm pretty active on both of those platforms, and I love to connect. I love talking with other developers, so please reach out and say hi. And I guess I will see you in my next stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you later.